Your task for this lesson is to complete the maths quiz that I've put on Show My Homework for you. You should aim to get at least 70% or higher. You have 3 attempts at the quiz if you wish to use all of them, so if your score isn't quite what you wanted the first time round, you do have 2 more opportunities to improve it. If you're unsure about any of the questions, you should use the resources that you have available to you to try and find out the answer. You can either comment to get a hint on Show My Homework, you can ask your parents, or you can look on the internet for an answer. The vast majority of questions covers work that you will have done either at primary school or this year in Year 7. There are, however, a couple of questions on solving equations that I think are a little bit more challenging, and I'm going to go through a couple of examples of how to get the answer of these now. So let's have a look how to answer these questions just here. The first question is asking us to solve 4x plus 9 is equal to 21. So we want to find what value of x we can substitute in that gives us 21 as our answer. Now, what we want to do is put a balance line right down where our equal sign is. On one side we want to have only x's, and on the other side we want only numbers. If we look at our x side, 4x is okay because that's an amount of x, but plus 9 isn't because it's a number. So what I'm going to do is subtract 9 from the left hand side. The reason I subtract 9 is because this is a positive sign just here, and I want to do the inverse. If, however, I take 9 from this left hand side, because I want both sides to remain equal, I need to subtract 9 from the right hand side as well. This leaves me with the 4x on the left hand side by itself. The positive 9 and the negative 9 we know is going to cancel out, and on the right hand side I have 21 take away 9, which is 12. Again, down my equal sign, I can split the question up to show my balance. This time, on the left, I have 4x. Obviously, I only want to know what 1x is. So I can do the inverse, which is dividing by 4. That will give me 1x. However, I need to divide the right hand side by 4 as well. That leaves me with 1x on the left, and that is equal to 12 divided by 4 on the right, which is 3. That means the answer to the equation is x equals 3. We want to do the same thing in this second equation, however there's a few more terms. So 4x minus 6 we know is equal to 14 take away x. I want my x's on one side and my numbers on the other, and I split my equal sign up down the middle to show where my balance is. So on this left hand side where I want only x's, I have a minus 6 which is a number. The inverse of taking 6 away is adding 6, and therefore I want to do that to both sides. Notice how I've written the plus 6 on the right hand side under the number part, so it's really easy to see what calculations I need to do with regard to numbers. If I look on the numbers side, I've got a 14 which is a number, which is fine. However, this negative x, I don't want to be there, I want it onto the left hand side. The opposite of taking x away is adding x back on, which is going to cancel it from the right hand side, but in order to keep balance I need to add x onto the left hand side as well. I can now work down in columns and see what I have left over. So 4x plus x would give me 5x. Minus 6 and plus 6 cancels out and gives me nothing. I've got my equal sign, and then 14 plus 6 is equal to 20. Minus x and plus x gives me 0x, so they cancel out. At this point it's very much like the question we did before. Split down the middle, divide both sides by 5 in order to work out what 1x is, and therefore we get x is equal to 20 divided by 5, which is 4. If you are struggling to complete some of the work from today's lesson, then please do not hesitate to get in touch via comment on Show My Homework. I'll try to make myself as available as possible and get a reply to you as quickly as I can. If the issue requires a little bit more input from myself, I might ask to arrange a time to meet on Teams where I can give you some personalised help with that specific problem.